the same thing.
I don't even know how else to start other than with my hands right here. Hello, students. Welcome to Sunday Nights. We are so excited that you are here with us. We're going to get started with a little game. So Jess, why don't you tell us how this game works?
I'm super excited for this game. So Connor, I don't know about you, but when I was growing up, there was this amazing show on, I guess it's technically still on, called The Price is Right.
The Price is Right. And now, here is the star of The Price is Right, Bob Barker!
And whenever I was homesick, my mom would make me some top ramen. I'd sit with my crackers and my top ramen, and I would watch this show. So tonight we're playing a game, and it's very similar to one of the games on The Price is Right. It's called Over Under. We're gonna see a couple of pictures of some beloved toys from back in the day, and there's gonna be a price on that toy, and we have to guess if the real price is over the price listed or if it's under the price listed.
Okay.
So Connor, the first one, classic, Light Bright. They have the price listed at $150. Now Connor, do you think that the real price is over $150, under $150?
Light Bright just isn't that special to me, so I want to say under. I know this is blasphemy to some of you, but there's no way in my mind that can be worth $150.
All right, I'm gonna say for the sake of argument that it is worth more than $150, just to keep this spicy, to keep it interesting.
All right.
So let's go ahead and see, is it over or is it under?
What?
Whoa!
$212.
You know what, guys?
For what, a pegboard with a bunch of little sticks?
The Furby. Oh.
Ew.
Oh.
No.
Oh.
Did you have a Furby
as
a kid?
Okay, guys, I shared a room with my sister for a very long time. We had bunk beds, and one day she was being literally the worst. And so I told her that if she didn't stop being so mean, I was gonna climb up to the top part of the bunk and drop her Furby from the top bunk. And she thought I was bluffing, and I did it, guys. And I don't feel good about it, that poor Furby and my poor sister. I'm gonna say under, just because of the creepy value.
Okay, I'll go over just
to keep things
we're competing, but
spicy.
I secretly think it's under.
Okay, let's see what it is. Under!
Right. Obviously, I selected under, so I win too.
Are you ready for the next one?
I'm ready.
All right, let's see.
Okay.
Yeah.
This hits me right in the childhood. First edition. So I have to say over. I would pay any amount of money that I had for this.
I think that it's gonna be under, just for the sake of argument.
Yeah, sure.
Over!
$3,400. Still seems like not enough. That book is more expensive than my car. Probably a little too much.
You can't drive a book from point A to point B.
You can't, but you can take trips in your mind with the book.
Imagination.
Let's see if we can get thrown by this next one. All right.
All right.
I don't know, have you heard of Megazord?
Megazord. I have not. I've heard of Power Rangers.
Okay, is this a part of that?
Apparently this is a part of Power Rangers.
Go, go, Power Rangers! Did your mind explode when you realized that everything was filmed in Japan and they just dubbed over it?
Wait, what?
Oh boy.
Wait, I'm sorry, what?
Yeah!
Wait.
Yeah!
No.
Yeah. I'm 99% sure that everything except for the faces when you see the American people, everything else was filmed not here, and then they just dubbed over it.
Yeah, Power Rangers is not a wholly original show. It takes much of its battle footage from a Japanese program called Super Sentai. We got so distracted, we forgot to actually answer this question. All right.
I think it's over.
I'm gonna say under.
Okay, that's great. Let's see.
Yeah. Under.
Look at you!
I'm doing my best.
You're doing a great job.
That's right. Thank you. Heck yes.
Unopened. Okay.
Unopened Super Mario Bros.
Yes. This is classic. This is gaming 101. It's Pong and then this.
Yeah.
It's listed at $5,000.
$5,000.
So do you think over or under on that one, Connor?
That's a lot, but I can see some game collectors wanting specifically an unopened one, so I kind of want to say over.
Okay, I'll do under for the sake of argument.
Yeah.
And obviously, because I'm not in it to win it, because I do agree with you, I think that it's going to be
Yeah.
over. Let's see.
Let's see.
What? $100,000?
I would have guessed like 10 grand. Well,
What a
obviously-
surprising round.
I know, that was a lot. But
Yes.
I think ready to move on to the next one.
Yes.
Oh, I already know the answer to this one.
You do?
Not only do I know the answer, I can tell you exactly how much it cost.
Because you've tried to buy it?
I looked into it.
Guys.
So this is the Lego Millennium Falcon. Now, fun fact, this is the largest Star Wars, or the largest Lego set ever created, with 7,543 pieces, and it retails for an amount that I'll disclose to you in just a sec because I'm gonna win this round. But this Lego set is incredible. Seriously, like you can open all these different compartments and you can see different characters. It is a yard long. It's 3 feet long. It's like 2 feet wide. And seriously, 7,500 pieces. It's massive. And yes, I have tried to buy it, but it's too expensive.
Guys, I just need to point out right now that like we don't have a spec sheet for any of this. He's not reading this information off from like a piece of paper or a screen. Like all of that just came out of his mouth was in his own head.
Really good with numbers. So this thing retails for $7.99.
Okay.
So it was also one of the most expensive sets ever made.
Right.
Retails for $7.99. $7.99.
Guys, he was not joking when he said he's tried to buy it. Wow, Connor, I am impressed and a little concerned, but mostly impressed. I mean,
I would like to point out that I just saw the picture of it and it's 7,541 pieces and I said 7,543. So I got the number of pieces within 2.
weird flex, but okay. The next one is
Jess,
holographic.
this is not just a Pokemon card, it's a Charizard holographic Pokemon card.
Over, under, what are you thinking, Connor?
I think this is gonna come back to bite me, but I'm gonna say under.
Okay.
I can't imagine spending more than that on this card.
Yes. Oh, my goodness.
Okay, not only is it under, it's way under.
Way under. Like, honestly, I feel like we created more hype for this card than the card has for itself.
Yeah,
Well, that was a surprising round.
it was. So let's check out the next one.
All right, here we go.
That is Boba Fett
Whoa,
action figure.
$70. I
70
feel like
bucks.
that is way under what it's supposed to be.
Yeah,
$70.
yeah.
Above, below, what do you guys think? Comment in the comments.
What do you
Connor,
think?
I think that it's worth more than that.
Do you?
I love Star Wars. Now I'm not as a knowledgeable fan as you are. Like I'm thinking above.
You're thinking above.
Yeah.
I'm kind of thinking below.
Okay.
So
All right, let's see.
let's see it. Excuse me?
My wow was like so underwhelming. Wow! May the force be with you.
And also with you.
Let's see the next one. You guys ready? Here we go. What is it? It is a Hot Wheels car.
Wheels. A Hot Wheels Beach Bomb.
Okay, I'm gonna say over.
Okay. I really want to agree with you. I think I'm going to. I think I'm going to say over also.
All right, well, let's see. Let's see
Okay.
what it is. Okay, over, under. We both have said that this is worth over. What do you guys think? Let's see. Wow!
Way over.
Yeah.
I'm starting to question what people are choosing to spend their money on.
Let's see what the next one is, because maybe I just haven't found it yet. Maybe I haven't found the thing that I would actually spend that much
Maybe.
money on.
All right.
Let's
see what it is.
Next one. Connor.
Jess.
Beanie Babies
Yeah.
were currency at one point, and I full send bought into this.
Really?
Like all of it.
Really?
Oh, I had hundreds, and I had them in some of them, like my more valuable ones, I had in the clear boxes like we see in this picture. Like I had at one point in my possession the Princess Di Beanie Baby Beanie Bear, and she had a little tag protector on. She lived in a box.
Of course.
Because it was right after she passed. It was really sad. But I'm gonna say under, because I recently came into possession of a bunch of Beanie Babies and was asked as like holder of that Beanie Baby estate to take care of the Beanie Babies and make sure that they received their just value.
Okay.
And I went online. Some people were trying to sell them for $1 million, but most of them were selling for like $2. So
Good to know.
Yeah, that's my 2 cents.
Yeah, I'm with you on. There's no way this could be $1 million, right? Like it's a stuffed animal with a tag.
Yes. Okay.
Okay.
We're both in agreement. Under. What do you guys think? Quick, put it in the chat. Yell it out in the back. All right, let's see. Let's see what it is. But not by much.
Not
man.
by much. That is still by far the most expensive toy on here.
Well, we're moving into the next section of our gathering where we're going to worship together. So wherever you are, if you're at home or if you're here at church, we invite you to stand on up, stretch those legs, and sing with us. Take it away, worship team.
Lost with a broken heart. You picked me up, now I'm set apart. From the ash I am born again, forever safe in the Savior's hands. You are more than my words could say. I'll follow you, Lord, for all my days. Fix my eyes, follow in your ways. Forever free in unending grace. 'Cause you are my freedom. We lift you higher, your love, your love, your love, never ending. Oh, oh, oh. You are alive in us, nothing can take your place. You are all we need, your love has set us free. Whoa. In the midst of your darkest night, let your love be the shining light. Breaking chains that were holding me, you sent your son down and set me free. Everything of this world will fade. I'm pressing on till I see your face. I will live that your will be done. I won't stop till your kingdom come. You are my freedom. We lift you higher, your love, your love, your love, never ending. Oh, oh, oh. You are alive in us, nothing can take your place. You are all we need, your love has set us free. Whoa. Whoa. You are my freedom. We lift you higher. You are my freedom. We lift you higher, your love, your love, your love, never ending. Oh, oh, oh. You are alive in us, nothing can take your place. You are all we need, your love has set us free. You are alive in us, nothing can take your place. You are all we need, your love has set us free. Whoa. Whoa.
Hello, everyone. It's so fun to be here with you tonight at Sunday nights. Man, it's been so fun. This last week we started our Sunday nights program of small groups, and we're so glad that you're joining with us tonight. So Pastor Connor last week kicked off our new series, True Stories. And I am going to keep going with that. And we're going to talk about a really exciting passage. But before that, we are also venturing into the Pixar land. Last week, Toy Story, and this week, you guys, it's just so perfect. We're talking about Incredibles, my favorite Pixar movie. You guys know this. And you know that I love Edna Mode. And you know that I just love this family who has these incredible superpowers and how they're trying to get the villain syndrome. And they're up against an incredible amount of challenges, right? And at the end of the first movie, little baby Jack, who they think doesn't necessarily have any superpowers, all of a sudden reveals how many superpowers he has. It's quite miraculous. So I want you to take a look at baby Jack's major scene.
Listen to this. I'm gonna call the police or somebody. Hi, this is Kari. Sorry for freaking out, but your baby has special needs. Anyway, thanks for sending a replacement sitter.
Replacement? I didn't call a replacement.
The baby's sleeping. You took away my future. I'm simply returning the favor. Oh, don't worry. I'll be a good mentor. Supportive, encouraging. Everything you weren't. And in time, who knows? You might make a good sidekick. Ha-ha!
He's getting away, Bob! He should do something now!
Something's happening. What's happening?
We have to stop him! Throw something!
Kid, I might hit Jack.
Throw me.
Bob, throw me!
So we got to see this miraculous scene of baby Jack and all his superhero strengths. Now, when we're in this True Story series, it's all about God doing amazing things through ordinary people that aren't superheroes, but God does miraculous things in and through their lives. And today's passage is nothing short but an absolute miracle. So, I don't have time to read the passage because it's a really lengthy chapter. In fact, you can read it in small groups or you can read it during this week, but where we find ourselves today is the true story of doing difficult things. And the person that is our focus is the prophet Elijah. Elijah was called by God to do incredibly difficult things. And in 1 Kings chapter 18, verses 18 through 39, is where we're going to find our story today. So let me kind of set some framework for what's happening. Elijah is a prophet of God. So that means that God spoke to Elijah and said, Elijah, I want you to tell my people Israel, God's chosen people, this message. And oftentimes what Elijah had to share made the people extremely mad, especially the king, King Ahab. In fact, King Ahab spent a lot of time trying to kill Elijah because of what Elijah would say. But here we are in a scene in this passage where Elijah is on Mount Carmel, and this is the scene. So Elijah calls the prophets of Baal, which were a bunch of prophets that were worshiping a false god named Baal. And there was 450 prophets. And he calls them to Mount Carmel. And he says, we're going to do something together. You're going to create your own altar. You're going to put a bull there and you're going to have a sacrifice. And I'm going to do the same. and you're going to call upon your god, Baal, and see if he rains down fire on your sacrifice. And Elijah said, and I will do the same. So the 450 prophets of Baal, with all the people of Israel watching, prepare their altar. They get a bowl, they put it on the altar, and they start praying, and they start praying, and they start praying to Baal. And nothing happens. This goes on for a really long time. No fire from heaven rains down on their sacrifice. In fact, at one point, Elijah starts to taunt the 450 prophets of Baal. This is what he was taunting them. He was like, hey, I don't think your God can hear you. I think you might need to be louder. Then he goes on to says, I think maybe your God, he's in deep thought. So you better start shouting louder. Then he keeps going and he says, maybe he's busy. Maybe Baal is on a trip and can't hear you. He's too busy traveling. Or maybe your God is sleeping. Well, this doesn't make them angry. This just makes them pray even louder to Baal. And nothing happens. No fire rains down on their sacrifice. At this time, Elijah, who said he would do the same, goes over to his altar. Now, this is the altar that the people of Israel has sacrificed to God, Yahweh, for hundreds of years. And it's pretty much in shambles. So he has to put the altar back together. He gets a bowl, puts it on the altar, and then he does something really interesting. He asks for an immense amount of water to be put on the altar. So they throw a bunch of water on the bull that's being sacrificed, and he's like, nope, not enough. Pour some more water on it. And then he goes, nope, not enough. Pour even more water. 3 times they pour a lot of water on the sacrifice. There's so much water, it's just dripping with water. And there's a trench around the altar, and it's full of water. At this moment, Elijah starts praying. He starts praying to God, the one true God, and asks God to rain down fire on and take up that sacrifice that is being offered to him. And at that moment, as Elijah's praying, fire rains down on that altar, taking up everything and not leaving one drop of water, completely gone. At this moment, the people that have been watching, the people that were not worshiping God, the one true God, Yahweh, all of a sudden are in awe. They can't believe what just took place. And they realize they're wrong. They realize who they need to be worshiping is not Baal, but they need to be worshiping the one true God who loves them, who made them. And so they're in awe, and at this, they begin to cry out to God, showing that they love God and they want to worship him. Isn't that an absolute miracle? Here, there's no, rain coming down. It's just Elijah putting water on the altar and God answering Elijah's prayers and bringing fire and consuming that altar. And that was a miracle showing God's all-powerfulness, that he has the power to do anything. And in that moment, those people that were there realized they needed to worship God. Now, when it comes to what we're studying this week and this month for True Stories, it's all about recognizing that God is with us in incredibly difficult things. Elijah, what he had experienced before this and after, actually, the passages after this, he goes on to experience even more challenging things. And Elijah always believed that God was with him in the midst of all these really hardships. When God asked Elijah to do hard things, Elijah responded in obedience. Elijah responded in trusting God, even when everything around him in the world was a mess. Elijah is a really great example of someone that was trusting God in difficult situations. And that's kind of where we're left to kind of ponder when we look at the life of Elijah, is we might be experiencing really hard things. I think 2020, I think we could say it's a really hard year. Couldn't you say that? But maybe despite the pandemic, despite the fires, despite all those hardships. Maybe it's just, school is just really hard and you just want to give up. Or maybe you have a hard friendship that is just not going the way you want it. Maybe it's just really hard to get along with your parents. You fill in the blank. Name the challenge. And God is asking you, will you trust Him in the midst of those hard things? Will you be obedient to Him in those hard things, in those challenging times? And I think back at my life and what I've gone through up to right now. And God has asked me repeatedly to do hard things, to be in the midst of challenging situations. And the one thing that I can always stand on is that He won't leave me. And I can trust Him. And He will never fail me. He'll never leave me alone. So here's my challenge to you. If you're in the midst of a challenge, how can you start trusting God? Have you prayed about it? Start praying about it. Start asking God how He wants you to handle a situation, what He wants you to do about it. And I'm not saying it's all going to work out perfectly, but something happens when we're willing to put ourselves in a place of trusting God in the midst of challenging situations. And He will teach us new things when we trust Him and we believe that He is going to take care of us. And that's what we're going to continue on in our small group lessons tonight. We're going to keep talking about this. How do we trust God? How do we do hard things? How do we be in the midst of challenges and believe God is with us in the midst? And to be able to walk through these things with Him. But before we do that, we're going to go to a time of worship. And I am so excited that we get to worship God because of who He is, what He's done, and how He's changed our lives. So let's go to worship before we break into our small groups. Have a great rest of your night.
I'm living in a grace where everything is more than I imagined, where what is undeserved is freely given. All my regrets and my failures, all of my wrongs have been left at the cross. All that remains is the Father's love. Oh Lord, You take me as I am. Over and over You call me yours again. You see it all still around me, how You love me, how You love me. Your kindness and mercy around me, how You love me, how You love me as I am. So let us be together, seated at Your table in communion, where everyone is equal in Your presence. Is where I am from or where I've been, the way that I've lived or the color of skin, nothing can change how the Father loves me. Lord, You take me as I am. Over and over You call me yours again. You see it all still around me, how You love me, how You love me. Your kindness and mercy around me, how You love me, how You love me as I am. Oh, oh Lord, You take me as I am. Oh Lord, You take me as I am. Oh Lord, You take me as I am. Oh Lord, You take me. Over and over you call me yours again. You see it all, still you want me. How you love me, how you love me. Your kindness and mercy remind me how you love me, how you love me as I am. Oh Jesus, my Jesus. Cause all my regrets and my failures, all of my wrongs have been left at the cross. All that remains is the Father's love. Oh Lord, you take me as I am. Over and over you call me yours again. You see it all, still you want me. How you love me, how you love me. Your kindness and mercy remind me how you love me, how you love me. Yes, I Cause oh Lord, you take me as I am. Oh Lord, you take me as I am.
Thank you guys so much for joining us tonight. We are going to transition into small groups right now. So if you are on Zoom with us, we are going to open up those breakout rooms. So make sure you hit that accept button and go to small groups. If you are with us in person right now, stay where you are and we will come and give you some directions on where you're going from here. You guys, thank you so much for joining us tonight. If your friends are not here and they have not signed up for small groups yet, make sure you invite them back for next Sunday. This is going to be a great year and we are excited that we get to spend this time together on Sunday nights. So have a great night and we will see you guys later.